are getting ready to make baked cod casserole. It is delicious. And if you want to learn how to make all kind of homemade food and dishes, easy, simple, made from scratch, take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. And then come with me. I'll show you what to do. So before we head to the stove, let's talk about our ingredients. This is the cod. Now this is about a pound of cod fillets. Don't they look delicious already? Yes. And we're gonna have some chicken broth, white wine vinegar. We have some cheese. This is provolone and Asiatic. I can't say that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We have some dried thyme, paprika, and garlic powder. Of course, we're going to have some salt and pepper in there, but that's going to be to your taste. We do need to chop up some bread. You can use a couple of slices. I've got a pretzel roll here, or bread that I'm going to use. Just going to chop it up, rough chop. We've got chicken broth. Did I already say that? And this onion that we need to slice thin. Now you can just use wine, and if you want to just use some white wine, you can use a dry white wine and skip the chicken broth and the white wine vinegar. That's it. Let's get this onion sliced. So we're just going to slice our onion thin. Take the skin off real quick. You're just going to make it into slices, thin slices. Go ahead and chop up your bread if you're using slices. You don't want it diced up too small. So just gonna dice it up, nice little chunks, kind of like that. And whenever you're chopping something up and you need to push it to the side with your knife, flip your knife over this way and use the bottom of your knife. Don't mess up your blade. That's any kind of knife. Flip it over, push it to the side. Oh, y'all hear that? My stove is ready, so that reminds me, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. We're gonna add a little olive oil into this skillet, and we're going to cook our onions until they're soft. Just go ahead and put them in there. You wanna stir them often, just until they're nice and soft. I've got my skillet on medium-high heat. Well, take that back. It's just on medium, not medium-high. So we have a half cup of chicken broth here, and we need a 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar. So I'm just gonna add the white wine vinegar right in here into the chicken broth until I get 3/4 cup. Now, when I put it in, it'll be all combined. So let's check on the onions. Okay, so they are nice and soft now. So we're gonna add in our chicken broth and vinegar. Increase the heat to medium-high. Okay, so I've got it closer to high. And we just want to cook the onions in this broth until it just starts to reduce a little bit. That's not going to take long, a couple of minutes here. So we're going to let that go ahead and reduce, and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's slightly reduced. So now we're going to take our codfish and put it right on top here. Right on top of the onions. And we're going to season it with a little salt, black pepper, again, seasoned to your taste. Remember, your oven was heated to 400 degrees. So make sure that that has been done already. Now we're just adding a little dry thyme on here. You can use fresh thyme if you want. I didn't have any fresh thyme, so I'm using some dry thyme. If you use fresh thyme, you want about 2 tablespoons, and 2 teaspoons, and this is about 1 teaspoon. Okay, so from here, we are going to cover it with foil completely and tightly. Cover your pan. I'm gonna actually end up using 2 pieces here. And be careful because it is hot. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the oven and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so remember those breadcrumbs? We're gonna mix them up now because we'll need them shortly. About halfway through your cook time. Don't think I need quite all these, but that's okay. Now you're gonna take these breadcrumbs and drizzle some olive oil on it. About a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half, because you want them to be incorporated. Kind of stir that olive oil around in that bread first before you put your seasonings in, because that way the seasonings will stick to it. And I had quite a bit of bread in here, so I'm gonna add just a tad bit more of olive oil. And don't worry, I know I'm going to put all of the ingredients and everything, the full recipe, down in the description below. I've had a lot of people tell me they can't find the description. If you just look right below the video, as you're watching the video, right below it, you'll start to see where I'm talking about the recipe, and it'll be a sentence or two. At the end of that, you'll see the words that say, show more. That will expand the description and you'll get everything. And that's on all videos. And let me tell y'all this little tip. If you're watching a shorts video, like my shorts, the hacks, tips, and tricks, if you're watching those and I say I put something in the description, or you just want to see what's in the description, because I do put things down in my description quite a bit, like the recipes to different things, there are 3 dots at the upper right hand corner. If you tap those 3 dots, you'll get the description. You'll see something drop down that says description and you can click on that. So just a little hint. So we're going to go in here with our garlic powder and our paprika and give that a good stir. You want to mix it until it's good and combined, because you don't want to have it all over. You don't want to have a piece of bread that has all the paprika or all the garlic. Look at that. And this smells amazing. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Delicious. Okay. So we are cooking our fish right now for 12 minutes. Then we're going to go into the oven, uncover it, and do a little bit more to it and cook it a little bit longer. So we'll be back when it's ready to take the first step out of the oven. Woo, hot. So it's out of the oven from the first 12 minutes. Let me just handle this way. It is piping hot. We're going to go in and top it with our breadcrumbs and the cheese, and then we're going to bake it again for another 10 minutes. Or, because everyone's oven is different, the next 10 minutes or until the center of the fish flakes. This is what it's looking like so far. We're still on top of our onions. So I am just pushing the fish together a little bit so that I can top it and it'll all be together. Push the onions in too, because of course some of this is going to run down or fall down. So while you're doing this, be mindful that your skillet or baking dish or whatever you're using is hot. So be very careful. Okay, this looks amazing. It smells delicious. You all are going to love this recipe. Don't forget to leave me some comments and let me know what you think about it if you make it. That is good enough. So then I'm just going to go in here with a little cheese. You don't have to overdo it with the cheese. Put the amount that you want on there. Oh, boy, this is smelling delicious. I cannot wait to plate it up and taste it. Y'all know I'm gonna use all the cheese. Okay, so this is what it's looking like before we go in the oven. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this time when we go into the oven, leave it uncovered, again at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes or until the center of the fish is opaque. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we have just come out of the oven. I'm gonna garnish it with a little parsley, let it cool, and then we will be in for our taste test. Ooh, look at this, y'all. It looks good. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we're gonna break into this. Trying to find that little piece I had. Oh my goodness, this looks delicious, and I do not have a fork. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me today in my kitchen. This is looking amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Let me grab a fork so we can taste it. Whoo, y'all know this is still hot, right? Oh my goodness. If you all enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Ooh, look at that. Look how flaky and flaky that is. Oh my goodness. Delicious. Oh my goodness. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.